Okay, so here's another episode of the Nerdy Virgin podcast. My name is Joshua Snyder. I did not lose my virginity until I was 32, and now that you know that about me, everything that follows will probably make sense. If you are looking for a podcast that talks about what it's like to be at the club in LA, the LA nightclub scene, techno music, people dancing in ways that are suggestive. I'm looking across the room and she's looking at me and our eyes are meeting and we are dancing at each other and we're holding glow sticks and wearing very suggestive clothing and dancing in a way where we are doing incredible gyrations and we all probably should have stretched, but somehow we don't need to because we're too cool. This is not that podcast. You're not gonna encounter that in this situation here. Not at all. Right now I'm trying to modulate. I'm aware that I'm recording this, right? And so I'm listening to myself as I'm recording this. And I'm watching myself as I'm recording this, and so I don't feel like I'm talking naturally. So what I have to do is I just have to take a breath and just focus. What am I trying to communicate? What am I trying to communicate here? What am I trying to say? What is the theme? What is the theme of this? That's what you've got to figure out. The theme. It's important. What's the theme? Is there a theme? Is there a theme to what you're doing? So, yes. So I want to talk about this. This is going to be a major spoiler for the new Sex and the City sequel series, which I believe is called And Just Like That. And it's already been made fun of, and people have already covered it. So by the time you hear it, if you're not aware of it, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, long story short, a major character in this Sex and the City sequel dies in the first episode while riding a Peloton bike. Is it Peloton or is it Peloton? I'm going to say Peloton. I could be wrong. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I could look it up and do the research, but I don't want to. The point is, in the episode, and I want to reiterate this is a fictional character who dies on this exercise bike. And the day after this episode premiered, the stock in the company, Peloton, dropped as a result of people watching this character die on the Peloton. Fictional character, not a real person. No one died. No one really died. And, I think everyone found this hilarious. Peloton came out with a commercial a couple of days later that made fun of it, which is totally appropriate. But here's what I'm trying to just track the process. So, first of all, I guess HBO asks Peloton's permission to use the exercise bike, and they say yes. And they may have asked HBO, well, how are you using it? And HBO said, well, we can't tell you. We keep all of our plots secret. And Peloton said, all right, fine. It's all right. Yeah, sure, use it. And that in the future, they may be a little bit more, they may ask a couple of follow-up questions to that because I guess they never would have occurred to them that this would be a problem. Nor should it be a problem, by the way. It shouldn't be a problem. It should not be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. It should not be a problemo. People should recognize the difference between fiction and reality. So at any rate, I'm trying to kind of track through this. So the episode, they shoot the episode. Nobody while they're shooting the episode, I guess, has any concerns about this because they all know it's fiction. They're not worried about this. It would never occur to them because they live in the real world. And maybe that's everyone's mistake. Is thinking that this world is thinking that people are that rational. In retrospect, they should have seen it coming. In retrospect, but they didn't. The episode drops. and then the next day, stock drops. But a lot of things had to happen in between the episode dropping and then the stock dropping. And what I can only imagine is that people watched it, and there had to be enough people who had a genuine concern about Peloton that they called and said, you know what, I want to return this. Were there people in houses that saw that episode and they're like, oh my God, Morty, get off the Peloton. Mr. Big's dead. He was on the Peloton. Morty, get off the Peloton right now, Morty. Morty, do you want to go the way of Mr. Big, Morty? Is that really what you want to do? And enough people had to call that suddenly major Wall Street insiders had to say to themselves, we don't think this company can survive this. Sell off the shares. Sell off the shares now. This is a major disaster. Sell everything. Sell, sell, sell. Insanity. Truly insanity that's what happened. And Peloton had to do PR damage control. PR damage control. This is like when it should be an episode of Veep or Parks and Rec, when it should be a plot for a show like that, that's when we know that I think America's finished. I think we're really done. Yes, the pandemic. Yes, the political upheaval that's happening right now and all the voting and all the investigations into this, into that. I don't think those aren't the signal that this is the end of the country. What I just described to you, Peloton losing money because people think that a fictional character was bested by their Peloton. That's how we know I think it's over. That's how we know it's over. It really is. I mean, do people just no longer have any sense of cause and effect? Is that what's happened? I mean, I'm recording this using Adobe Premiere, and I've been having bowel troubles all day, and I'm having, minor rumblings right now as I'm recording this. Am I going to say, oh, you know what I think aggravated my bowel troubles? Using Adobe Premiere. I can't use Adobe Premiere anymore because, I don't know, I used it, and I suddenly my bowels were acting up. I don't know. I think there's something to that Adobe Premiere. Stay away from Adobe Premiere, people. It may cause you to be lactose intolerant while you're using Adobe Premiere. Never mind that I had very, very rich hot chocolate today. That's what probably triggered it. No. I'm noticing these pangs while I'm on Adobe Premiere, and I'm going to make that leap. Isn't this the root of all humanity's problems? Making these connections. And you know what? I do it in my own life. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm terrified of getting a heart attack. So when I go to bed at night, right before I go to bed, I knock on wood and I say to myself, if I do that every night, I won't get a heart attack. This is ridiculous. This is, I'm sitting here making, this is why I'm telling you that none of us should be surprised by this. This is a perfectly logical thing for human beings to do. They see a fictional character fall ill and die while on an exercise bike and automatically go, I can't have that exercise bike now. That exercise bike it's the devil. Now here's my other question that I'll throw out there. Because, I'm railing against humanity in this whole thing, and I'm saying that people are stupid. That's what, stupid people. That's why this happened, because people are stupid. But what if that's not why it really happened? What if people are not stupid? What if everybody who called and canceled their Peloton, what if they knew deep down that this is a fictional character, this isn't based in reality? But what if it was a situation where they really didn't want an exercise bike in their house, and they were looking for a reason, and this was a good enough reason? Is that at all possible? That this was just, I know it's not real, but I don't want to take the chance, and it's New Year's Eve is approaching, and I'm going to make the dumb New Year's resolution I never fulfill anyway. I don't want to waste the money. You know what? This pushed me over the edge. I'm taking the Peloton back. I'm wondering if that couldn't be partly what happened. Could also be an association thing, where there were so many people out there who loved this character so much, who were also in the process of buying a Peloton, that they said, well, now every time I think of the Peloton, I'll think of this character. And it's too painful. Send it away. It's too painful. He was the one. He was the one. They destroyed my happily ever after. Get that Peloton out of my house. They actually had to hire a cardiologist to explain to people that exercising is good for the heart. Because this fictional character died of a fictional heart attack. And they had to say that no, exercising actually reduces the risk of heart disease. They had to get they had to pay a cardiologist money to come out and make a statement. That's the world we live in. I don't know what to tell you, folks. If you're looking for hope, this is not the podcast for you. Because I just ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it. Do you think the people who returned the Pelotons saw the little PR and saw the cardiologist thing and then called for it back? I don't. I think they said, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I know it's healthy. I would rather sit here and watch. I would rather watch someone die on a Peloton on television than be on the Peloton myself. I would rather Mr. Big die than get on a Peloton. That's what I foresee here. That's just... Gee, I wonder why we're not leading the world anymore. I wonder why we're not world leaders. How far is this going to go? There's a new Spider-Man movie coming out. How's that going to affect the entire American culture? New Spider-Man movie came out, and everyone in New York City is jumping out of the window. They all think they can swing. We need to have an expert come out and say, hey, your arms actually would pull out of their sockets. Not to mention the fact that you don't know how to make webbing. Don't make webbing. Please don't do that. Please don't make webbing. We don't need... You're going to just stop traffic with your corpse on the ground. Please don't. Please don't do this. Just the endless possibilities. Does that mean if The Wizard of Oz came out today, people would come out of that movie going, well, I'm not going to drink water anymore because look what happened to the witch? Honey, stay away from the drinking fountain. You might be a witch. You could melt. It's just, this is where we're at. I don't know what to tell you people. I don't know what to tell you guys. Folks, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know where to go with this. But you know what? I'm not entirely being fair because I'm angling this talking about how, our society is crumbling. This is a symptom of the end of our society. But you know what? It hasn't changed. We've always been like this. I learned in theater class that they had to put a sign up in the Greek theaters telling people, don't kill yourself. Because the Greek people would get so into the Greek tragedies, they would kill themselves. And my question is, if you're that caught up to the point where you're actually going to kill yourself, is the sign going to help? I can't do it anymore. Oh, I guess I'm not in the right zone for that. Oh, I'd hate to get a zoning violation. What did the sign even say? Remember, it's just a play. But I think, weren't there movies where they'd show a train coming towards the camera and people would run out of the theater scared? See, nothing's changed. Maybe that's the real angle here. Nothing has changed. And maybe it's never going to change. We're trying to build a better society. We've been trying for thousands of years. This is what maybe we've reached the top here. Maybe this is it. This is as far as we can go. And whatever the next species is, probably machines, they're going to be the ones who can transcend this. And the machines can, when they start making movies and other machines watch the movies, the machine will know, oh yeah, this isn't real. This is fiction. I know this because, even my Windows 10 operating system, I can figure that out. Unlike these bozos over here. All right, so every episode I talk about an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's been the running theme, right? So what episode am I talking about today? What am I talking about today? As you can see, I really prepare. Googling, I don't even know what episode I'm on. What am I on? We did Where No One Was Gone before last week. Lonely Among Us. Oh, this was a weird one. I remember this one. So, this was... Okay, so the ship is transporting some delegates to a peace conference. There's a lot of transporting of delegates in the first couple of seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I remember that. They did a lot of delegation, a lot of diplomatic delegations. And I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again. Is this really the best use of the most powerful starship in Starfleet? What are we Ubering? What's going on? I mean, I thought the purpose of this ship is to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life and new civilizations, and boldly go where no one has gone before. If you're transporting two delegates from two different species to a peace conference, it implies that we have met both of these species before, and we're going somewhere where everyone knows where we're going. There's nothing new here. I wonder if Picard had that conversation with the admirals. Every week, I remind everyone what our mission is. This is not our mission. I know we've been there before with this mission. How many times have they tried to make peace? Are you kidding me? But I think the crux of this episode is that the ship it flies through, a light. It flies through an energy field or near an energy field. And they go, oh, an energy field. Let's explore that. I think he was so mad about this might have even been in the plot. They're so mad about having to transport the delegates. They come across something new and they're like, oh, yeah, what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, let's stop and look at this. So they stop and they look at it, and as they fly near it or too close to it or through it a little bit, and this little bit of electricity, which it turns out is a life form, gets pulled into the ship. And the life form spends the whole episode jumping from crew member to crew member, and they don't know what's going on. Why is Dr. Crusher walking up into sickbay out of nowhere? Why is Dr. Crusher acting weird? That's strange. Oh, well, I'm not going to report it because it's not like weird things happen on this ship every week that usually involves an alien that we don't understand doing something weird. Now, this time around, I'm just going to let it slide. And the alien eventually gets into Picard's body and merges with Picard. And Picard turns the ship back into towards the big energy field where this creature came from. And Picard says, I've merged with this entity. And now we're gonna beam ourselves into this energy field and just explore the universe. And he proceeds to do that, and they sit there trying to figure out how to get him back because he's pure energy. And then at the end, he somehow transmits a message into the computer where the letter P appears, and they go, oh, that's him. All right, so I think what that means is we need to point the transporter in that direction, and he miraculously beams back. So, you follow? Because I'm not sure I do. Here's the thing about Picard. It seemed to me that, especially in the first season, Picard hated everyone. All Picard wanted to do was explore. That's all he wanted. I just want to explore. That's all I want to do. I don't want to have a conversation with a teenage boy about anything. I don't want him anywhere near me. I don't want to try to explain to Tasha Yar what the meaning of love is. I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. All of you are annoying. All of you. All of you are annoying. All of you are annoying. And in this episode, he's finally given the chance. I can be converted to pure energy and just go look around at stuff. That's all I want to do. That's why I'm here. I don't have to talk to people. I can just be a bolt of lightning and just fly all over the universe and go, look at that. That's new. Look at that. That's also new. So it sounds like he got what he wanted, finally. So I don't understand why he came back. Unless when he was out there, he realized, oh, God, I guess I do miss these morons. Cripes. I guess I do have to go back. That's unfortunate. I almost paused right there. I think I'm going to pause because my computer's been crashing, so I'm going to pause to make sure I got this. Now, there's also the subplot of the delegation and how they're having to make sure that the delegates don't kill each other. And I think this is the comic subplot, the comedic subplot, if you will, that one of the delegation, at one point I think they're talking about we like to eat meat and we want to eat meat that's freshly killed. And the crew of the Enterprise was, oh, this is barbaric. We don't understand this. And you think we're going to get that far in the 24th? We're going to get to that point in the 24th century where the fake meat is okay? You think we're ever going to get there? Because I think there just should have been a scene where the Starfleet officers were saying, no, we use synthetic meat so that the animals don't have to suffer. And then one of these aliens says, here, try a piece of this. And they try it and they go, oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, you're right. Darn, this is better. Okay, stand corrected. Can I get a leg? Can you give me a leg of that thing? Can I get a leg? Perfect. I think that might happen. I don't know if we're going to ever get to that point. What is this episode trying to tell us? What's the theme of the episode? Well, they didn't understand that the life form was a life form, so I think there's something to be said for trying, just because we don't understand something, that doesn't mean you should judge it. Because wasn't this one of the ones where they were not sure that maybe it was a malevolent life form? No, that's right. There's a lot of, they didn't realize Picard was under the influence of this alien, or they kind of started to suspect, and so then there was this whole, should we mutiny by calling him out, or should we not mutiny? And we have to have a serious discussion about this. Which I don't know why it had to be a big long discussion. It's no, he's under the influence of an alien. Okay, well let's tase him. That's why is there a debate? Are we sure he's under the influence? Come on. Yes, we're sure. We're sure he's not. Yes, we're sure. Just get him to sickbay already, for God's sake. But I'm trying to think, what is the point of it? What is the message of this episode? beware what you want, you might get it. He wanted to explore the universe. He finally got the chance to become the universe, and he went, I don't like this. No, you know what? I want to be on a ship with carpet. I don't want to be floating around here like an idiot. Maybe it's about family. Maybe he realized, I really miss these idiots. I really miss these idiots. I miss them all. I even miss Wesley. Even though I hate Wesley and I want him to be quiet, I miss them all. I don't think that's the theme. Did this even have a theme? Was there even a point to this episode? What did we learn? I mean, the thing I learned is don't fly into something. Fly near it, but don't fly into it. Why did they fly into it? Do you have to go in it? Don't they have sophisticated enough? Send a probe. You know what? Here's where it was. It was I think it's a good and evil thing. That's what it is. Because, you know, instead of the alien being treated as this malevolent creature, no, the alien's just trying to get back home. That's all the alien's trying to do. The alien's just trying to live its best life. So maybe having compassion and understanding that if there's an adversary in your life, it's not that the person is evil from their point of view. They're just trying to do what's right for them. There we go. Hey, that's good. In fact, that's so good that probably would have made the episode better. Because it almost, the way I describe the plot, it almost feels like we got 5 minutes to write this. And our special effects budget consists of a flashlight. Go. 1, 2, 3, go. That's 27 minutes in. That's not too shabby. I feel like these podcasts should be an hour. This is enough. I'm good. Now I'm afraid I hurt the feelings of whoever wrote it. But I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So let's dial it back a little bit. Hey, maybe not be so harsh. A lot of people worked hard on that episode. And, you know, can I just say that there are fans who talk about the worst episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. No episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, at the end of the day, is truly that bad. That's how highly qualified these people are who make television. Because at the end of the day, was there a plot? Yes. Did they act it well? Yes. Was it coherent? Yes. Did the ship look like the ship? Yes. Okay, then a lot was going well here. And when I'm making fun, it's from a place of love. Star Trek: The Next Generation was the TV show that I grew up with, so it's in many ways it's my Star Trek. So it's from a place of love when I talk about this. Oh, well, look at the Lonely Among Us. Look at the title. That it's this creature no one understands. No one gets it. No one gets it. No one gets me. That could also be the name of the episode. No one gets me. No one is getting me.